Yeah, coach, everybody was able to continue on with a game called Return to Shironagasu Island. Where were we? Here. Yep. Let's ask about Sir Raymond. Miss Ada, do you know this Sir Raymond? No, I don't. Why? He might have been one of my father's friends. I don't recall my father mentioning his name before, though. I see. A secret acquaintance. About Shironagasu Island. Have you ever heard about Shironagasu Island? No, I have never heard of it. It's a strange name. I would have remembered if I had heard it before. I see. The letter mentions a place called Unalaska. I believe it's suited to the Aleutian Islands. I don't know how to pronounce. Perhaps Shironagasu Island is close by. Wait, did I write another one? Afraid I don't know anything about him. Shironagasu. Do you know anything about the Aleutian Islands? For instance, has your father been there in the past? The Aleutian Islands. My father occasionally went fishing in Anchorage in Alaska. It was his hobby. If he went all the way to Anchorage, he must have taken long vacations. Yeah, he was usually gone for 2 or 3 weeks. Is it possible that he pretended to go fishing and actually went to that island instead? Huh. What's the matter? I'm not sure about this because this happened when I was very young. I remember going with him to a very dreary island a long time ago. Could that have been Shironagasu Island? So you may have been there. That is definitely interesting information. Shironagasu Island. I suddenly think about the globe that was moved. Perhaps show the Aleutian Islands instead of the Pacific Ocean. Shironagasu Island has to be somewhere around there. Or maybe that eerie painting also gives a clue about where it is. There has to be something on that island, something so terrifying that it could have driven a millionaire to suicide. Huh? What's the matter? There appears to be something inside that book. Is it stuck to it? Has it been glued? What is this? A card with an IC chip on it? It doesn't look like a credit card though. Quarantine level 2? Quarantine? That doesn't sound very friendly. What kind of card is this? Maybe it's a video rental membership card? Yeah, right. Miss Ada, could I borrow this card? I want to find out more about it. Yeah, of course, go ahead. The quarantine level 2 card has been added to my inventory. I have a request, Mr. Ikeda. Could I ask you to go to that island and uncover the truth about my father? I'll give you these $10,000. I beg you, I have to know the truth. That is not an easy task. I really want to help you. However, I would need to pretend that I am one of your father's relatives. However, being Asian, I don't think they would believe me. I don't think that I would be received with open arms. A Caucasian male would be better at pretending to be a relative of your father. I think I know just the right person for the job. Allow me to introduce him to you. No, I would like you to do it instead. Looks like she trusts only you. Why don't you agree to help her? You have nothing else going on right now anyway, right? You talk too much. I'm trying to think of a way to make this work. Perhaps I could pretend to be your wife. What? So I pretend to be your husband. Yes, exactly. Due to my poor health, I don't often show my face in high society, so I don't think there will be any doubts if you pretend to be my husband. You could show them a photo of us together. What do you think? Yeah, that might actually work. I'm not sure if they will trust me, but it would be better than asking a complete stranger. I don't think there would be any reason for them to turn me down then. Huh? Wait a minute. If you're going to that island, what about me? You'll be staying here, of course, as a house sitter. House sitter? But you told me that your neighborhood is full of weirdos. Just the thought of being surrounded by crazy people when I'm by myself gives me the chills. Hey, you make it sound as if I'm a weirdo myself. I take back what I suggested. You should stay here with me. Sorry, I've already made up my mind. Mr. Ikeda, do you mean that? However, I have one condition. Do not make your father's death public until we get back. If that would leak out, they will not trust me. I understand. Very well, I promise. Alright. It's time for me to go to Shironagasu Island. No, please don't go. You can't. Why not? How are you supposed to progress if you do what you want? Yeah. Oh, my neck. Don't forget to stretch, boys. The Bering Sea extremely rough, even though it's, yeah, sure. The bone-chilling wind is roaring, and the Black Sea is swirling under a cloudy sky. Even though it is July, it feels like it's freezing. Occasionally, the tips of the waves that hit the hull splash onto the deck. The Altusian, illusion, I don't know, only have around 10 days of clear weather each year. Most of the time, it's cloudy or storms. It's hard to believe that this is summer weather. How much worse would winter be? I don't even want to think about it. A week after I visited the Higgins mansion, I flew from New York to Unalaska with a Seattle transfer. This ship set sail from Unalaska and is now on its way to Shironagasu Island. It's about the same size as a ferry for hundreds of passengers, a 3,000-ton class luxury passenger ship. It's mind-boggling that this is a private ship. I try to use my GPS. I can't get it to work. I can't seem to find any satellite or radio waves. Perhaps there's a GPS jammer or something like that on this ship. I guess they really don't want anyone to find out where the island is located. Very suspicious. I should be on my toes. Things will absolutely get out if they find out who I really am. I should also keep in mind that someone might try to harm me. Anyway, I should head back inside. I'll catch a cold if I stay out here. Yeah, it's much warmer inside than on deck. Can't believe that this is summer weather here. This weather is seriously messing with my senses. Wait, what? Look at this. Who's here? Huh? Looks like some kelp ended up inside the ship. Probably because of the stormy weather. There must be one or two pieces of kelp here there. Nothing strange about it. No, it is. What the? Did the kelp just say something? Maybe I'm just imagining things. I must be exhausted. I could have sworn that the kelp was talking. I keep hearing groans coming from the kelp. I don't see any other passengers. They're probably in another lounge or in their own private cabins. All these areas look the same. The weather outside is frightful. Or perhaps they're avoiding the contact with other passengers. There's even a piano. Too bad I don't know how to play it. Wow, there's even a bar. There's no bartender, so I guess it'll have to be self-service. I might have a drink later. Keep hearing groans from the kelp. I might have to throw up if I do, though. The ship is rocking back and forth. Didn't someone say that she could play the piano? I think her name was Nene something. Can't seem to remember. I wish I could play it. I don't see any other passengers. I shouldn't look outside. I might get seasick otherwise. That's a big piece of kelp. I don't think I can make good soup base with it, though. Ikeda, I'll kill you. Ouch. Hey, stop kicking me. I'm on the verge of death, and all you do is make fun of me. Stop exaggerating. You're just seasick. Come to think of it, I don't remember asking you to tag along in the first place. Didn't I tell you to stay in New York? And I'm already starting to regret that I followed you. Okay, good grief. Okay, listen up. I'm Taro Higgins, the son-in-law of Roy Higgins. You have to pretend to be my younger sister. Got it? Oh, so that's how. Aren't you overdoing it a bit? Why are you using a fake name? For better or worse, my real name is too well known in New York. Someone might figure out who I am if they hear my real name. So I have to be careful. You're so full of yourself. Hey, I'm not taking any chances, alright? We have to be careful. Yeah. You told me that several times already. Be a good girl then. Hey, are you okay? Is there some kelp stuck in there? That just sounded very nasty. No, I'm just imagining things. I was only asking if you're feeling okay. You're shady as always. And your hair is messy as always. Eek. Huh? What's the matter? Did you just grab my boobs? Are you kidding me? I would never do such a thing. You're imagining things. Oh, really? I would sue you to death if you did. Ahem. Nah, I'd better not. I don't think she was bluffing. Anything else? Her hair is such a mess. Is she trying to set a record? You have to think of it. It does look like kelp. It smells like it too. Were you just having a private joke at my expense? What? No, of course not. Her hair is actually pretty, but she just hasn't taken care of it. Perhaps she doesn't leave her house much? Her hair is messy as always. Anything else? Oh, there you go. I could see your belly. So, it's just my belly. You could catch a cold. She's such a tomboy. Anything else? Oh, you're having it rough, aren't you? Of course, you idiot. Wipe the drool from your face before you talk. It's grossing me out. Too exhausted to wipe it. You alright, Kelp? I mean, Nanako. If you ever tease me again, I will skin you alive. What's with you all of a sudden? I'll eat your liver with some lava beans and a nice shiaji. Yeah. How can you say such terrible things to someone you always looked up to? Why don't you throw up whatever is floating around inside your stomach? I'm sure that would make you feel a bit better. Can I throw up here? No way! Hang on, let me get a bucket. Just as I'm about to leave, two passengers appear. Nanako immediately switches back to pretending to be Kelp. Oh, I don't believe we've met. My name is Akira Edgeworth? Yeah, maybe. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. This is my attendant, Giselle Reed. Is it supposed to be Edgeworth or Edward? I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be Edgeworth for a nod to the Ace Attorney series. The pleasure is all mine. I'm Taro Higgins, Roy Higgins' son-in-law and Ada Higgins' husband. Akira Edgeworth, huh? Guessing from her name, I say she's probably Scottish. She's rather young, about the same age as Nanako. Her attendant Giselle, though, I'm not so sure where she's from. Perhaps she's biracial? I see you're a relative of Mr. Higgins. There has been chatter about you on the grapevine. A pleasure to meet you. Hiro looks at me attentively. She appears to be suspicious of me. How can there be a chat about Taro Higgins when Taro Higgins just now came to existence? How weird. I'm sure my cover would have been blown if I hadn't spread some false rumors in advance. Oh, okay. What do you know about the island? Why didn't Mr. Higgins come himself? My father-in-law has been under the weather recently. That's why he asked me to go instead. He said that I'm trustworthy enough, or should I say that he didn't entrust this to anyone else. The wealthy have many enemies. You understand that, don't you? Yes, of course. It appears that my father also has a lot of enemies. Despite his terminal illness, he still hangs to his position and honor. It's quite absurd. Young lady, we should not discuss this matter any further. Yes, you are right. I'm afraid I've said too much already. I do hope that Mr. Higgins will recover soon. Thank you. I'll be sure to mention that to him upon my return. I wish you a pleasant day. Phew. Oh, I almost forgot. Allow me to give you a piece of advice. Advice? Kira draws closer and whispers into my ear. Don't stick your nose too deep into things if you don't know about the island. It could seriously impact your life expectancy. What's that supposed to mean? I mean exactly what I said. Don't go snooping around too much, if you value your life, that is. Take care of yourself, Mr. Taro Higgins. Akira smiles and walks away. Oh boy, I was certain she saw right through me. What a nasty girl. You startled me there. I had completely forgotten about you. She had a bad attitude. Watch your back around her. No need to tell me, I'm always careful. Hey, do you feel any better now? Are you listening? I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh no. Are you alright? Do you need to throw up? A woman appears out of nowhere and touches Naniko's back. Eek! Naniko isn't used to being touched. Startled, she jumps up. I'm sorry, you don't like being touched, do you? Naniko suddenly reminds me of a beached whale. She kicks my leg several times. I think she's trying to ask me to step in. Don't worry about her. She's not really a people person, and she was startled when you touched her. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do so. Are you her relative? I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Riel Baxter. I'm Taro Higgins. This is my sister, Naniko Izumozaki. Why what? Why different last names though? Mr. Higgins, the multi-millionaire? It's a pleasure to meet you. No, I'm just his son-in-law. Would you happen to have a bag or something similar that I could use? I believe my darling sister is about to throw up. Will a plastic bag do? I also have some motion sickness pills. Maybe she should empty her stomach first. Here, Naniko, take this plastic bag and put it over your head. Riel gives Naniko a plastic bag. She then starts rubbing Naniko's back, totally forgetting what I told her a minute ago. Naniko doesn't seem to react this time, probably because she's too preoccupied on vomiting her stomach out. You're used to this, aren't you? Are you a doctor or a nurse? How did you know? You're right, you have a keen eye. I work as an internist at a small hospital in Washington. I'm impressed that you figured that out. Are you a detective? Nope, I'm just a regular white-collar worker. She's surprisingly perceptive. Anyway, it's nice to finally see some friendly faces. This may sound rude, but almost everyone else on this ship is quite standoffish. Were you invited to come here? Nope, my uncle was invited to come on this trip. However, he suddenly became ill, so I came on his behalf instead. Everybody's becoming ill, and everyone's like a substitute. He told me that all travel and accommodation costs were taken care of and that I would be staying at the famous Sir Raymond's Louis Associé mansion. My uncle is usually a cheapskate, but he was surprisingly generous this time, unusually so. Didn't you receive $10,000? $10,000? What are you talking about? No, forget about it. So she didn't receive any money for expenses. Oh, now I'm becoming curious. Could I ask a few questions? Yes, of course. I hope I can answer them. What is Louis Associé? What's this Louis Associé that you mentioned? Don't you know? Louis Associé is the name of the mansion and guest house built by Sir Raymond. Yeah, I heard about it, but it totally slipped my mind. I'm lying, of course. It's rumored to be like a 5-star hotel on an island in the middle of the ocean. Wow, that sounds great. About the origin of Shironagasu Island. Do you know anything about the origins of Shironagasu Island? The origins of Shironagasu Island? Pretty sure I heard that the name is Japanese. Japanese, of course I know it's Japanese. Now, of course I forgot you're Japanese. Do you know what Shironagasu means? Well, Shironagasu is the Japanese name of a whale species, but I'm not sure why the island was named after it. Shiro means white and Nagasu means long and tall. It might be called that because it's large and mostly white when seen from the ocean. Moby Dick? I don't know. Ugh. What she just said. So it's a whale species. Are you feeling any better, Nanako? Or do you need to vomit again? About the origins... I don't know what Shironagasu Island is like because I've never been there. Perhaps you should ask the other passengers. Yeah, I guess you're right. About Sir Raymond. You haven't met Sir Raymond yet. What about you, Riel? Have you ever met him? No, I haven't. He's an extremely wealthy and powerful person who belongs to the upper echelons of society. Simply the thought of meeting someone like him is quite intimidating. I'm just a regular person. I see. I'm sure that rich people have their own rich people problems, though. What is Sir Raymond like? To be honest, I don't know much about wealthy people. Are you really saying you've never heard of Sir Raymond? I only hear a man's voice. Sir Raymond comes from a family of aristocrats, but he has made most of his enormous wealth through the development of North Sea oil fields. He is amiable but also has a mysterious side to him. A man wearing a white suit who reeks of alcohol appears. He probably had a few too many. Sorry for being late to the party. I'm Jacob Rutland. And you are? Riel Baxter. Taro Higgins. Higgins? Ah, the man who managed to win the heart of Higgins' only daughter. Eventually his enormous fortune will become yours, am I right? I have to admit you've done very well for yourself. It's not like that. I wasn't in it for the money. Yeah, whatever you say. So is this your first time to Shironagasu Island? Indeed. Do you know anything about the origin of the island's name? Riel and I were talking about it. Why it's called that? What a boring thing to talk about. Fierce battles once raged between the United States and Japan on the Aleutian Islands. Apparently, when the Japanese saw the island, they thought it looked like a whale, so they named it Shironagasu Island. Of course, the island has its own name, but that is kept secret. Sir Raymond is a cautious man, but who cares what the real name of the island is? I couldn't care less about such trivia. I see, so it really was named after a whale. Were you really appointed as Higgins' representative? I'm not sure I believe you. You don't look and act like an aristocrat. You did manage to gain Higgins' favor, so at least you don't lack the motivation. How did you learn about the island, and what do you know about it? Why are you really here? Don't tell me that you came just because of that boring letter. Blood or flesh? Which are you looking for on that island? Blood? Flesh? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Don't you understand what I mean? Are you really here on behalf of Higgins? If you are trying to trick us, you won't come back from the island alive. My dear fellow, there you are, Jacob. I've been looking all over for you. A bespectacled, obese man appears. His suit looks tailor-made. I seriously doubt there are any store-bought clothes his size. This man looks at Jacob in a furtive manner. What is it, Thomas? Don't interrupt me now. I'm having an important conversation with this gentleman. But, you still have to tell me about it. About your huge win in that casino in Macau. Please, Jacob. Macau? Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Alright, come with me. I'll tell you about it over a few drinks. Mr. Higgins, you'll have to excuse me. Let's continue our conversation soon. You understand what I was talking about when we get to the island. I won't spoil all the fun. Interesting. Jacob ends the conversation and leaves with Thomas. Too bad. I almost learned more about the island. Thomas definitely knows more than he's letting on. He tried to interrupt my conversation with Jacob on purpose. What a boisterous person. I don't think I'll be able to get along with him. I run into people like him all the time. Barf. Looks like Nanako just emptied her entire stomach. From the look of it, she ate the large cake platter before sneaking onto the ship. And is that corn? She was probably trying to keep it all inside while Jacob and Thomas were here. Are you okay, Nanako? I'll bring you some water. Blood or flesh? Mr. Higgins was talking about organs. Does that have anything to do with this? This is really vague. I have no idea what they're keeping hidden on that island. I wonder what it is. I need to uncover the truth about Shironagasu Island. Blah. Poor Nanako. I light up a cigarette. The smoke is blown away by the Bering Sea's strong wind and immediately dissolves into the gray clouds. We've been sailing for quite some time. We should arrive at Shironagasu Island soon, though. Huh? Feeling any better, Nanako? Yeah, a bit. Riel gave me some motion sickness tablets. They help. Also, it's really too hot on board. That's good to hear. Alright, I forgot to tell you something. What is it? When we arrive at the island, you will officially be my assistant. Everything about the island is important. That's why I need you to keep your eyes and ears open and remember everything. Don't make any excuses saying that you don't feel well. Stay alert. You're exaggerating. Hey, I'm very serious. When we try to discover the mystery of the island, our lives may be in danger. But if you do your best as my assistant, I'll do my best to protect you. I'm ready for anything. Deal? Is the island that dangerous? Probably. Huh. Now I wish I hadn't followed you. Alright, I'll memorize everything. I'll do my utmost best as your assistant. Alright, remember, we're in the same boat, both figuratively and literally, lol. We'll have to have each other's back, partner. That sounds a bit awkward. Yeah. Is that Shironagasu Island? Huh? Can you see it? The shape of an island slowly pierces through the gray clouds. Oh yeah, there it is. Is that Shironagasu Island? Doesn't look like a blue whale to me. You're right. But we're definitely heading there, so that has to be Shironagasu Island. Looks like we're finally here. I wonder if they actually call it Shironagasu Island because it's an actual whale, and it moves depending on the occasion or whatever. For now, it's just on hibernation mode. Maybe, I don't know. What are they hiding on that island? It seems like I'm opening Pandora's box. Whatever they're up to there, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And hopefully avoid getting to the bottom of the sea. Next, after you arrive at Shironagasu Island, several cars drive us to the Louis Associate Guest House. Probably Louis Associate Guest House. Neneko, did you see the harbor? Huh? The harbor? Neneko glances at the driver. She's probably afraid of being overheard. However, we're talking softly in Japanese. Nobody should be able to understand what we're saying. Well, it's definitely smaller than what I was expecting. I agree. It was rather strange that a luxurious passenger ship was able to dock at the harbor. As far as I could tell, there were only 2 small motorboats. That's not good at all. Why? That ship won't come back to Shironagasu Island for another 4 days. In other words, we can only get off this island in 4 days when it returns. We could escape to open waters on those motorboats. I'd rather die than take such a leaky bucket out to sea. Anyway, this won't matter unless we have to escape. Let's hope we won't have to. The car continues along the road to Louis Associé. Hey Nanako, look outside. Huh? There's not a single tree on this island. Everything seems so artificial. The Aleutian climate is so harsh that trees can't grow here. Low temperatures, strong wind, poor soil. The Sitka spruce is the only plant that grows in Alaska. Thanks for telling me that. More useless knowledge for me to remember. We will soon arrive at Louis Associé. I noticed that there are 5 cars in total. Are there always this many cars and drivers? It's a little bit strange. Hey driver, have you been working on this island long? No, I was hired through an agency and only got here a few days ago. They probably hired temp workers to prevent secrets from leaking. You can see it from here. This is Louis Associate Guest House. So that's the guest house everyone was talking about. It looks like a fucking prison. It's a huge mansion. There's something strange about it though. If the big building on the right is the Louis Associate, what's the building on the left? Oh, those are the guest rooms. I've never been inside, so I don't know much about it. Guest rooms? The bridge there has no roof. It must get very wet because of the wind and rain. What a strange building. It's definitely strange. I wish they would let the servants stay there as well. Please don't tell anyone that I said that. Anyway, we're here. The other guests should have already arrived. Please go inside. It looks like everyone is already inside the mansion. There are 2 people who I didn't meet on the ship. There's a boy wearing a blue blazer. He looks quite young. Perhaps he's also a representative. There's also a young girl. She's only wearing a dress and a black shawl. Isn't she cold? The mansion's heating system is working fine, so I guess she'll be okay. However, she appears to be a little bit too young to be a representative. Some of the people who came here because of the invitation don't appear to be very dependable. The girl looks at me and faintly smiles. It's a straightforward smile. She seems friendly. Welcome everyone. I am Sir Raymond, the administrator of Louis Associé. A voice suddenly reverberates out of nowhere, causing everyone to look around. I can't see whoever just spoke. Sounds like the voice came from the portrait at the center of the entrance. There's probably a speaker hidden behind it. That's so showy. Nanako whispers while hiding behind me. I agree with her. Please go to your rooms first. We can discuss things in more detail at a later time in the dining hall. My butler Vincent and my maid Abigail will show you to your rooms. An older man appears and reverently bows at us. He appears to be very shrewd. My name is Vincent Swift. Welcome to Lewis Associate. Thank you for coming all this way. I will show you to your rooms. You can rest there. Your luggage has already been taken to your rooms. Please, follow me. We go down the hallway and reach the corridor leading to the bridge. Wait, how do they know which rooms we are assigned and what our luggage are? It will take us some time to get to the corridor to the bridge. Visit turns the wheel what's next to an iron door. It takes the door some time to go up. You will need to turn the wheels to raise these iron doors. Please let me know should you wish to cross the bridge. Should you wish to open the door yourselves, please make sure to turn it firmly until the wheel remains in place. It is dangerous not to turn the wheel all the way, as the door will fall back down otherwise. What kind of demented maniac designed this? I've never seen such a strange door before in my life. I'll let you do all the talking. Huh? What do you mean? I really don't like talking to people. I'll try too hard and might faint. So could you do all the talking, please? What a bother. My apologies, but it will be cold. You will need to cross this bridge to get to your rooms. It's bloody freezing. I meant to say, it is rather frigid today. Can't you do anything about this cold? My apologies. I can give you a blanket for the cold. It's so cold that even I want to complain. The wind isn't actually that bad because of the tall walls on both sides. The girl from before looks at me again and gives me another smile. Hey, aren't you cold dressed like that? Not at all. Weather like this is not a problem for me. Well, that's good. I'm Aurora Lavilla, and you are? My name is... It'd be funny if I made a mistake. Seniketa? Yeah, I gotta go for Taro Higgins. Taro Higgins. Taro Higgins? What a strange name. That's a rather harsh opinion. I'm sorry if I offended you, but it doesn't sound as if it's your real name. You aren't lying to me, are you? How the hell could she know? Really? Well then, what would my real name be? I'm curious. I still think you're lying. You can tell me the truth, I won't tell anyone. My lips are sealed, I promise. Cross my heart and hope to die. Pretty please. Oh boy, I wasn't expecting to encounter anyone like her. This girl's intuition is off the charts. She's definitely not going to drop it, and the others might become suspicious if this goes on. Maybe I should just tell her my real name. Alright, you win. My real name is Seniketa. However, due to circumstances, I can't use my real name, so please call me Taro Higgins. Ha, I knew it, Seniketa. That's a very nice name. Nice to meet you, Seniketa. Taro Higgins. Huh? But that's your fake name. Such a weird name. I told you, I have my reasons. Ah, that's right, my apologies, Taro Higgins. I'm already beginning to regret telling her my real name. Aurora smiles at me again and goes to the back of our group. The bridge is extremely slippery, please mind your step. As Vincent said, the stone cobblestones are not just wet, but there are puddles here and there. The drainage must be bad here. Such a dreadful place. The corridor on this side of the bridge looks just like the other one. Why aren't they just connected without those weird doors and that bridge without a roof? It certainly is strange. There has to be a reason it was built like this. Yeah, I wonder why. When the door to the corridor of the other side of the bridge has been opened, a woman in a maid uniform appears. My name is Abigail Ellison. It is a pleasure to meet you. Please feel free to call me Abby. Abbey Road. Or, in this case, Abbey Hallway. Haha, okay. I have to stop it here. I have to prepare for work, so... Wow, interesting so far. What's gonna happen? What's the secret island? Well, at least we're on the island now. So this is Return to Shironagasu Island. If you want to try the game for yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.